Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Prabhas India Tech. In this video, we will see constraints in a SQL server. So total we have 5 constraints. So in that we will see primary key, unique key, foreign key, not null and check constraints. Also we will see the difference between primary key and unique key. Also we will see how to maintain relation with the help of foreign key. So before moving further, please subscribe my channel to get all the SQL related videos. So let's start the session. In this video, we will see constraints in a SQL server. So we have 5 constraints, that is a primary key, unique key, foreign key, check constraint and not null constraint. So we are applying a constraint while creating a table in that particular column level. Okay. So before moving further, you need to know what is a constraint. So constraint is using to restrict the insertion of unwanted data in any one of the column. Okay, so we can create a constraint on a single or a multiple columns in that table, and the constraints maintain the data integrity, means we have a accurate data and we have original data in that table, and that data integrity rules fall into 3 categories, that we have a entity integrity, we have a referential integrity and we have a domain integrity. So in that entity integrity means that it ensure or enforce the uniqueness of each row, means in that we have a 2 constraint, that is a primary key and unique key. So both are a unique, means each value should be unique in that particular column. In a referential integrity, it maintains the relation between 2 or more than 2 tables. So in that we have a foreign key. So the last one we have a domain integrity. So in domain integrity ensures that, means while inserting the value in that column, so it will follow the rules, means we have a particular format or we want to insert the value in a particular range, so the value should be in that range only. So that is a domain constraint, and in that we have a check constraint. Okay, so we will see in a detail. So the first we have, that is a primary key and unique key. So primary key means it is a combination of unique key and not null. So null values means we have a blank value or the value is unavailable. So the definition is telling that combination of unique key and not null. So unique means the each value should be a unique, means it should not be a duplicate, means while creating a primary key on any one of the columns, so it is not allowing to insert the duplicate value as well and the blank value as well. So that is a primary key. So if here we are able to see the primary key syntax, while creating table in any one of the column we can create a primary key, but here is also one restriction, in one table we can create only one primary key. But when we'll go to the unique key, so unique key, it makes sure that the each value should be a unique, but it will allow one null value. Okay, so in that table we can create a number of unique keys, but primary key we can create a only one. So here we have one option, suppose in any one of the column don't want a duplicate values as well and null values as well, but we are able to create only one primary key. So what we will do, so we have option for that. So we will create a unique key with not null constraint. So we have another constraint as well, so we will see in a detail. So we can create a combination of unique key and not null. So that is the definition of our primary key. So in that column also it will not allow duplicate as well and null values as well. So here also we are able to see the unique. So while creating a primary key, so we need to mention that primary and key as well, but for unique it need not to mention that key as well. So means we will mention only the unique keyword there. So okay, so we will see in a SQL server now. So now here we are able to see the entity integrity, referential integrity and domain integrity. Okay, so now we will create one table and we'll apply the primary key. Okay, so we'll create now, create table, and we'll create an employee table. In that we have a column like EID, and the column name for that EID, that is an integer, and I want to insert the primary key for that. Okay, so I have applied primary key here, and the next column we will create, that is a ename. So now we will make a combination of primary key and unique key as well. So before that we will try that if I want to create a two primary keys or more than one primary key, so it is going to allow or not. So it will give an error. So we'll just try with that varchar, and the data length should be the ename column for a varchar, that is a 100, and just I am inserting again the primary key for that ename. Okay, just I am closing the bracket, but now here it is showing the red underline. Okay, means we are not able to, here it is also showing that is a cannot add a multiple primary key constraint to table employee, means it is not going to allow. Okay, so we are getting error that cannot add a multiple primary key. So just we will remove that and we will add a unique key here. So we need not to mention key here, so just we will mention here unique only. Okay, so now we are able to create a table, and we'll try to insert the duplicate values in that EID as well. So we will check that it is going to show the errors or not. Okay, so just insert into table name we have, that is employee, and just we'll mention the values here, and we'll assign the value, that is a EID as 100, and we have a employee name, that is a Raj, and just we'll close the bracket. And if you want to insert the another value, so just we will give a comma here, and then we'll use another bracket, open another bracket, and we'll use a 100 again. So it is not going to allow as of now. So we will check that. So we will use here sham. Okay, so now I am going to insert two values. So the EID means 100, it is a duplicate value as of now, but it is not going to allow. So the each value in that column should be unique. So it is showing that violation of primary key error. Okay, so when we'll insert the 101, then it is going to allow. Okay, so now again we will see for the unique key as well. So we will try to insert the same value, that is a Raj, for ename. Okay, because we have created a unique key as well on the column name employee there. Okay, so now we will try to insert again. Now it's going to show the error for unique key instead of primary key. Why? Because we are inserting the duplicate value for ename, not for the EID this time. Okay, so now we will change the value and we will try to insert. Yeah, two rows affected. If you want to see the records in a table, so we will see now, select star from table name, we have a employee. So just we will run the table and we'll see the records. Now we want to check that we are able to apply the multiple unique key or not, because we have already checked that for the primary key it is not going to allow in one table multiple primary keys, but unique key it is allowed. So just we will try that. So before that I want to drop my table. So I will drop the table here now, and we'll create a same table with the same name again. Okay, so this time we'll add another column, that is a department, or so we'll add here mobile number, and the data type should be integer, and just I am again using the constraint, that is a unique key constraint here, and just we will run the table now command, and now we are able to create a table, means it is going to allow insert the values as of now because we are able to create the table. Okay, so we will move to the next. So now we will see the difference between primary and unique key. So already we have seen in a primary key it is not going to allow the null values, but in a unique key it is going to allow the null values, but it is going to allow only one null value. So we will see in that as well. And the next difference, that is when we will create a primary key, so by default it will create a cluster index, and our data will be stored physically because of that cluster index. So we will see in next videos, upcoming videos, that is what is a cluster and non-cluster index. Okay, when we will create a unique key, so the non-cluster index will be automatically created, and in primary key we can apply only one primary key on that particular table, but in unique key we can create a multiple unique key on that particular table. Okay, and the next difference, that is a foreign key. Related to the foreign key means with the help of primary key we can maintain the relation to other tables with the help of foreign key, and also with the help of unique key as well we can maintain the relation for a foreign key in another table as well. Okay, now we will see the foreign key constraint. So foreign key means we are maintain the relation between two or more than two tables. So means in that we have a one parent table and we have another that is a child table. So we can create a, in one table we can create a primary key or unique key, and the another table we have that is we can create a foreign key. So while creating a foreign key, so we need to mention that the reference table means on which table we are maintaining the relation. Okay, so for that creating a foreign key at least two table is required. So if we have multiple tables, then we can create on a multiple tables as well. Okay, so let's see in a SQL Server how to create a foreign key. Now we will create two table here to maintain the relation between that two table. Okay, so we will create one employee table. So our employee should be parent table. So just I will mention here for the reference parent, and the another we have that is a department table. So our department table should be a child table. So while creating a foreign key, we want to maintain the rules as well, because we have some insert rule, we have some update, and we have some delete rule as well. So while inserting the record, so in which table first we want to insert, in first we want to update that, or if you want to delete the records from any one of the tables, so from which table it is going to allow the delete. Okay, so for that we will create two table now. So first table we'll create that is a employee table. So we'll create a table and the table name is a employee, and now we'll create a column here. So the first column that we have a ID and the data type is a integer, and just I'm applying the primary key here. So primary key. The next column will take a ename, and in that we'll take a varchar 100. Okay, so we will create a two column as of now, and we'll create another table that is a department table. So create table department, and then we'll create a column that is a DEPT ID, means department ID we have, and the value in that ID that is a integer. So we have taken a data type here as the integer, and now I want to mention the foreign key here. Okay, so we'll apply the foreign key, and while applying the foreign key we need to tell them on which table is our reference table. So we need to mention here references. Okay, so means we are references with the employee table. So just we need to give the table name here, and in that table name on which column on that employee table we are maintaining the relation with department table. So we are maintaining the relation of department ID from the department table with the employee table, in that employee table with the EID column. Okay, so in that EID column already we have created a primary key. If you want to create a unique key, so then also we are able to maintain the relation in between them. Okay, so now I need to mention here, because we need to maintain the relation in department ID. So just I have mentioned here references. So the reference is our employee table, and in that employee table we have column that is a EID. Okay, and the next column we will create that is the department name. It is not required, but we'll create now, and we'll close the bracket. So now we'll create a table here. So we will check that. So commands completed successfully. We will check here. First we'll refresh the table now, and we'll check our table are created or not. If you want to see in the constraint level, then we are able to see the FK means from foreign key, and PK means we have a primary key, and we are able to see the logo, and that should be the different as well. So I will show you here. I will expand the employee table, and here we are able to see the EID, and in that EID we have applied a primary key. So the logo of that primary key, it is a dark, and if you will see here in a department, it should be a hollow, and it should be in a reverse direction. Okay, so here it is showing that FK means we have a foreign key on that department ID column. Okay, so means that department ID column is relation with in employee table on EID column. Okay, so now we want to see if we are inserting the data on a parent table, so it is going to allow, or if you will directly insert the data in a child table, it is going to allow. Okay, so we will see that. First we'll try to insert the data in a parent table. So we'll insert into table name we have a employee, and we'll assign the values here, and our value should be, suppose I'm taking a EID as a 10 here, and the name, that is we have a Raj here. So if we'll take a same name, so it is not going to give an error because we don't have created any primary key or any unique key there. Okay, so the duplicate value is allowed in ename. So we are able to insert the value first in a parent table. So now we will try, but we will try with a different value because we have a EID 10 and this column is in a relation with a department ID. So it is not going to allow the values other than 10. Okay, so we will insert, try to insert. So just I will copy from here and will replace the table name, and instead of 10 just I am trying to make the 20 values, and the department should be, for example, HR. So it is not going to allow. Why? Because this 20 value is not exist in our employee table. Okay, so we will see that. So the insert statement conflicted with the foreign key constraint, and it is showing the detail error as well. Because why? This value is not available in our employee table. So I will make it first insert the 20 value in employee, and then we'll insert the 20 value we are able to insert in a department table. So now we are able to insert the values in both the. So now just we will see the records from table. So we will mention select star from table name. We have an employee here. So we will replace the another table name, that is a department. Okay, now we'll see the records here. Okay, so in employee table we have a two IDs, that is 10 and 20, and in department we have a only one ID. So if you try to insert the values other than EID value, so it is not going to allow because that tables are in a relation. Means if you want to insert, so we have a rule for the insert, that is, so for the insertion rule we have, that is, if we want to insert the value then first we need to insert in parent table, and then we are able to insert in a child table. So that is the insert rule for the foreign key. Okay, so now we will see the updation rule. Means if you want to update the record, then it is going to allow or not. Okay, so for the updation rule, the value means in a child table value we are going to update, so that value should be available in our parent table. Okay, so now we will see here. So now again going to update that. So we'll write a syntax here for update and the table name, and we are going to set now the department ID, or first we will set the EID here is equal to, we will mention here 30, and we will apply the filter here as well, that is a where, and we have a EID is equal to 20. So now in first syntax we are going to update that whatever the value we have 20 already exists, so we are making as a 30 here. Okay, so it is not going to allow because that value 20 is already in relation with the department table. Okay, so we will see if the value is single, means we have a 10 is a single in employee table as of now. So we will show you that. So now 10 is not in relation with the department table, so it is a single. So if we will make it a 30 instead of 10, so it is going to allow, but for 20 it is not going to allow because parent don't have authority to break the relation with a child. Okay, so now we will see if we are now here we are trying to break the relation for the 20 and from the parent table, so it is not going to allow. Okay, but if we'll break the relation from the child table and make a relation with another with the parent, so it is a possible. Now I will tell you again. So now here we are making 10 instead of 20. Okay, so now just I want to update, I want to change the statement here. Instead of 20, I am making here as a 30. So it is going to allow from the parent table, because this value is a single, means it not in a relation with a other table or other values. Okay, so now already we have seen that while updating from the parent, it is going to restrict that if it is in a relation, but for updation with a child table, it is going to break that relation. So child have authority to break the relation. So already we have updated that the 20 value, so we are able to change that. If you want to break the relation from 20 and if you want to make the relation with a 30, then we are able to see. Okay, then we'll see here. So just we will replace the table name here, and we are using a department ID, because in a department table we have a department ID. So just we have changed the column name here, and we are going to make as a 30 instead of 20. So I will change the department ID here as well. Yeah, so now 20 is relation with this 20. Okay, so now we are going to change that 30. So now here it will become a 30 and it will maintain the relation with a 30. So child have a authority to break a relation. So it is a possible or not, we will see here. Okay, one row is affected. Now we will see the records from both the table. Then we are able to make a 30, means the child have a authority to break the relation, but whatever the value we are going to update, so that value should be available in a parent table. So already we have seen for the insertion. Okay, so you need to remember that as well. So just we'll make a note here for the update, so for your reference. So while going to update in a foreign key, so we are able to update from both the tables, but the child value should be available in a parent. Child value should be available in a parent. Okay, so this is the rule of updation. Now we will go for the delete statement. So if you want to delete the record, so then we'll see from which table we are able to delete first. Okay, so first we will try to delete the records we have in a relation, that is a 30. So parent don't have authority, I already told you. So we will see now here as well. So we'll make a statement for delete from table name. So we have a table name, that is a employee, and where we have a EID is equal to 30. So first we will run the 20 line statement. Now it is not going to allow because parent don't have a authority. So if you want to delete in child, so we are able to delete from the child table. Okay, so just we will replace the table name here, and we'll replace the column name here as well. So it is deleted. If we will see the records from both the table, then we don't have any records in a child table. Okay, so whatever the rules we have seen, so we will make a note down for the delete as well. Okay, for delete, if you want to delete the record, then first delete from child table, then same record we are able to delete from a parent. We are able to delete from parent. Okay, so already we have seen the rule for insert the record, update the record, and delete the record. So if you want, so now we have a restriction, means if you want to enforcely insert the records first in a child table, then it is also allowed. Why or how? So for that we need to use a cascade here. So we have two types of cascade. We have a update cascade and we have a delete cascade. We don't have a cascade for insert. Means first you want to delete from the parent table as well, then also it is a possible. But before, while creating a table, you want to on the cascade here. So we will see here how to do that. So before that, we want to drop both the tables here. Okay, so just we will drop here, drop table, drop table, we have an employee, and another table we have a department. So we will drop both the table from here. So now we will see, we are able to see the tables are not here. Okay, we are not able to see the tables in our sample database. So we will create a table again with a cascade. Okay, so here just I want to mention the cascade. Okay, so I want to mention here on delete cascade, on update cascade. Now we will create a table. So first we will create an employee table again, and now we will create a department table with a cascade. And now we will see that while updating the records and while deleting the records, what we are getting. Okay, so now we will first insert the record and then we'll try to update. So it will update from both the tables. If you will delete the records from any one of the tables, so then it will delete from both the tables. So we will see here. So first we will insert the value 10 from both the table. So first we will insert in a employee table, and the same value we are able to insert in department table. So we have one record here. So now I want to update that, but already we have seen parent don't have authority to update first. Okay, so we will see that if we will make a 20 in a parent table, so it is what will happen. Okay, so now we'll update employee EID should be 20 where EID is a 10. So before it is not allowed. So we will see the records in a table because already we have inserted 10 in same tables. So we will see now here. So already means automatically it is updated in both the tables. We don't have update in a child table, but automatically it is updated in our child table as well. So we will see for the delete as well here. So if we'll delete the record from parent table, so without cascade it is not possible, but with cascade it is a possible, means it will delete the record from child table as well. So we will see here now. So we will delete that 20 because already we have done with the update, that is a 20. So we will delete from first employee. So we have already records in employee and department as well. So now we will see in employee and department as well. So we don't have any records in both the tables. So automatically it will delete from child as well and parent as well. So this is a cascade. So if you want to use that while creation of table, we will use on delete cascade and on update cascade. Okay. So now we will see check and not null constraint. So already we have seen in check constraint, if you want to insert the value in a particular column, so it will check before insert the value, means it should be in a particular range or it should be in that format. So the next, that is the not null. So in not null means we have a null value, means it is a blank value. So it is not allow the null values, means we have a two column in that one table and we are inserting the value for only one column. So by default we are able to insert that null value in another column. So it is not going to allow, means in any one of the column you don't want a null value, means blank value, then we are creating a not null constraint. So we will see in a SQL server now. So here we will see now we'll create one table and we'll apply a check constraint there. So we'll create one table, that is a EMP, and we will take one column here, that is the EID, that should be the integer, and the next column we have a suppose ename, the data type is a varchar, we have 100, and the next column will take as a age, and in that we have age should be integer, means we have a numbers there, and here we are applying the check constraint. Okay, so while applying that we need to give the condition as well. So which value, means if you want to assign the range as well, format as well, so we will give a range here. So the age between 20 and 30. Suppose I want to insert only that particular age in that column. So we'll close the bracket as well, and we'll create a table here, and we'll try to insert the value within the range as well and without the range as well. We will see we are getting error or not here. Okay, so we will insert the value here, insert into, we have a table name emp, and just we'll insert the values, and we have a eid that is a 10, and we have a ename that will take here Raj, and the age should be, so we'll take a 25 here, so it is going to allow. Okay, so if you will see here one row is affected, then we are able to insert, but the same value now I am making as a, instead of 25 I am making as a 35, so it is not going to allow because this value is not in a range between 20 and 30. Okay, so that is a check constraint, so we are getting the error for check constraint. Okay, so now next we will see for a not null constraint. So before that we'll drop the table name emp, and we'll create a same table with not null constraint, means we will insert here the constraint that is a not null. Okay, so it should be a within a space. Okay, so now we will create a table here, and if we'll assign the value only for 2 columns, then by default it will insert the value in that next column that is a null value. Okay, so now here we'll first insert the value for eid and only for age. So we'll see that in the ename, so we are able to see the null value or not. Okay, so just I mention here in a bracket we have a eid, and the next value for the age we have, so just I am mentioning the column name here. Okay, so we are not able to mention the ename here. Okay, and we'll make it a 25 because otherwise it will not going to allow. Okay, so now we are able to insert the value. So now just we will check the value for ename, so it should be a null value. So we will check here, so by default it is a null value. So now we will try to insert the value for ename and age. So by default it will take a insert the value null value in eid, but it is not allowed because already we have created a not null constraint there. So just we will check that. So instead of eid I am making as a ename here, so I am going to insert only the value for ename and age. So the ename value should be in a single quote here, so that should be the Raj. Now we will see, so cannot insert the value null into the column eid, so it does not allow null values. Okay, so that is a not null constraint. Okay, thanks for watching this video. In next video we will see set operators in SQL Server. So please subscribe and press bell icon to get a notification. See you in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep growing.